Okay. Um, if you're here, you're on the channel. And whatever. We'll cover up this side. Yeah. Do it like that. Maybe. I don't know. Should be able to click and scan on any of them anytime. Help the brother out. Oh, I'm not up here. Up here. I thought I was up here. I was looking at my mouse. And it was in the right place. Okay. Well, maybe I can just, yeah. I'll just leave that there for now. I'll just do my laundry real quick. It's just it's 59 degrees in my apartment. It's ridiculous. No one has responded. I've sent like 12 emails or something, like 10 emails or something since like Friday or Saturday or something. It's just, no one's responding. Oh, shit. I'm going to, I think I'm gonna hit this bowl. I packed it last night and I never hit it. I didn't smoke any weed yesterday. I didn't smoke any weed today. I was just like, my face was like, alright. I got that heated. That's right. I got warm, hot honey water right now. But I'll take another Theraflu later. Let's hit this bowl. Get my mind straight for a second here. I just smoking, baby, so you don't gotta freak out and run away. You don't gotta freak out, baby. I'm just smoking, okay? I see you staring. Are you staring at me? Is that you? Silly Willie. You silly Willie. I just remembered to add another tag to a post I made to somebody else. I'm warmed up now. Warm me up a little bit. Oh, and stay tuned. I don't know if I'll get it later today. I don't know. I haven't got an email saying it's on the way or nothing, but I should have. There's smelling salts coming soon, and it'll be the first time I ever try it. So you get to see somebody try smelling salts for the first time. That's always a fun thing to do, right? Yeah. I'd like to be able to be up tonight and play with my cousin. I really wanted to last night, and then he was home, and I was like, I slept all through the time he was home and awake. I felt so bad, dude. I was just not feeling good. And I'd been up all that day, and I wasn't supposed to be up that day. But I got a lot of stuff done. It's fine. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. But whew, I'm so hairy in the moment. I gotta stop getting some head stuff. I just can't stand dumb stuff. It's just not funny to me anymore. It's not cute to me anymore. It's just like, oh my gosh, that again. Oh, oh. Shooey, shooey, shoo. Well, I'll change my pants here in a second, my pajama pants, because I'm pretty certain we're not going anywhere else today. Unless, I don't know, somebody wants me to do something. Well, I doubt that'll happen. I gotta check my messages on Instagram to see if any of the other comedians have gotten back up with me and want to hang out and do something. Ugh. Whew. That towel, I forgot that towel. I've been letting him have up here since when he was wet. Well, that few days ago. Oh my gosh, I still never picked it back up. It should be totally fine too. I think it's a clean towel. I know it's a clean towel. It's only had Lulu sitting on it.
And there he goes. He said, I'm gonna sit right down on it now. You talking about it? I like his tail. Don't take it from me.
Well, I got it. Well, I got it. Can I take it? Can I have 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 it? You see this? Can I have it? Can I have it? So what is going on? And there's your blankie. So you can try to stay warm, honey. Stay warm, baby. I've been wrapping him up in it while we sleep at night, because that's obviously when it gets the coldest. It drops down to like 51 degrees. Do they care? No. I've been literally like freezing in my own apartment. Like I like it 66. 66 ain't bad, but I can't even get it up to 66 with the heater on. So they don't care. I've emailed them so many times. I left a message with their stupid AI thing. I'm done. Just done with this dumb shit. I need to make a bunch of money and get the fuck out of here. Hopefully one of these things start to take off. Hopefully Rumble gets up with me soon. I can start getting money that way. Hopefully Cool Ultra Sabers gets up with me. If they don't, well, I don't know. I just start shopping around, see if somebody wants to make this idea. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking of doing too, possibly just figuring that out. That's something to figure out too, and be like, okay, can you start helping me write cheap little stupid little novellas under a pseudonym, and um, 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 and then maybe that'll start generating something, a little bit of something here and there. Then there's yeah, like I said, I gotta get up with these other guys. Okay, your jacket, it's all clean now, honey. It's so clean. It's not dirty no more. It was really dirty, huh?
Where'd you go? You're not on the bed no more. Where'd you go, Bubba Boys? Where'd you go, Bubba Boys?
I really didn't have a lot of laundry here. I just didn't have any more towels. It's like might as well get it out of the way, while we're only wearing our inside clothes for a couple days, and then keep it on chipping away. You know, I mean, that's how I used to think when I was a kid. You know, younger kid. I should say kid, but I was an adult. But I think whenever like it's like you can't see the whole thing like that. Like you can't look at the mountain like it's a mountain. You know what I mean? Like that's how I've always done so much jobs of my work. You know, because like it'd be like a huge rock pile or just all this stuff has to go from here to there or like all these this you know two giant stacks of used lumber but has nails in it. I remember doing that for fucking joints and stuff when I was younger. You look at this whole fucking big old thing and you're just like, just start chipping away. You just start chipping away. Pebble by pebble, you'll move the mountain eventually. I guess that's kind of how I've been looking at life. I never really thought of like I was looking at life that way, but I guess that's kind of how I've been approached. Just keep. Let's get this one thing right, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Let's get this one thing right, and then move on to the next thing. I don't know. Like I don't have delusions of grandeur. I really try to think like very practically. Like I don't think it's so far fetched that if somehow, some way, I can catch a windfall, I hit lightning in a bottle, something goes viral, and people start actually, I start garnering attention somehow, some way, getting money. Then maybe I can perhaps, once because it's like I got to be able to. I mean, even if I go with the idea, I think it'll be all right. But I mean, if I have money in the idea, it looks much more serious. You know what I mean? And you're taken much more seriously. So I don't think I would have any issue, in showing that you can stand on your own 2 feet and you're not looking for a handout from somebody too. I mean, that's a big part of it, showing that you have money and whatnot too. It's like because I don't want to go in partnership in that respect where I'm like, hey, this is my idea, you invest in it. It's like, hey, I have money to invest in this. Would you also be interested in investing in this with me? Put your name on it and really make this effort to really make a difference in our communities and whatnot. But I think, and being able to go to the mothership and approach somebody like, like Joe Rogan or so, just somebody who works for him or something or anybody else, be like, just bring up these ideas and be like, what would you think about that? You know what I mean? I think it could work out really well. Like, because that would just be, and the cherry on top, as it were, kind of thing. Because if I could open up that door to those level of people, because Joe doesn't just know comedians; he knows fucking a lot of fucking people, really cool, interesting people. And if I could get Joe Rogan to help start a community center slash homeless shelter type deal with me and whatnot, and we would have like we'd have our church days and nights and stuff, but we'd also have special speaker and guest things and stuff like that, and people can have meetings in there, like AA meetings and stuff, and this and that. Like, dude, it could be a really cool big thing if people really want to really do something like that. But maybe I'll just cut this short and clip it up and make this like a sincere, like real fucking, like, hey, let's try to figure something out. But I think my patent idea is a great idea. You seen how I tried to figure it all out, and I wrote it all down and all that stuff, and you heard the AI talking and explaining how the description of it was and everything. So I own that patent, so nobody can steal it from me. Everybody knows that. It's documented in so many ways. It's like, I own that idea. And I think it's a really cool idea. And it's not like I came up with anything fucking genius. Like, I really don't think it's genius at all. It's as simple as taking somebody's chocolate and sticking it with somebody else's peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally all it is. And I think it's a decent idea. It's a collapsible, telescoping staff. You know what I mean? Like they advertise and sell like these defense weapons that fit in your pocket. You hit the button and boom boom, it engages on both sides, and you got yourself like a stick, like a bow staff type deal. And that's why I'm like, why hasn't the people who make the fucking lightsabers, instead of making just like display fucking things, you know what I mean? Why don't you make real, actual defense weapons that have those lights on them and in them and stuff? I mean, it's just boom, boom. You're putting these two things together. So all you need, you'll have that handle thing that it'd just be like maybe like a size like that or something. You know what I mean? It was saying like maybe like the size of like a thick, like marker or something, and it just goes in your pocket and you pull it out. I mean, I'm even thinking like you can get ones with like bigger handles and stuff like that over time and whatnot, but it's got to be an all working together thing because it's got to be that thing that pops out and locks the things. But it'll have a setting so you can either pop both sides out or one side out, so you can have it just like a stick or whatever. But it's like ideally it's the design and another so many ways to market it and sell it. It's like it's a safety device and a walking stick and a hiking thing. At the same time, it is a defense weapon. And if you want the upgraded version, you can get like taser compatibilities like hooked up to it, like electroshock, like from 50,000 volts to a million volts, whatever. And you can price it, between like maybe like $3.99, $4.99 to like, I don't know, $7.99, $8.99, something like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe even higher. You know what I mean? But I would stay maybe like around or below the $1,000 range, like for like all the enhanced tools and everything. But I mean, it's like I've had this idea for like 2 years, and I was like, they're gonna come up with that. Like obviously somebody's gonna make that, and I'm just like, why hasn't anybody made this yet? And I went with Ultra Sabers first because they could open up a whole new line. You know what I mean? Like we have safety and defense things as well that are cool, and it could be used, like I said, for safety and stuff like that, actual defense stuff, display cost stuff. We can start doing crazy designs with them and this and that, whatever, over time, and different colors. Obviously, they're all going to be, and then also sell it, market as just a traditional like weapon you can practice with, in martial arts and stuff, and or just a display thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's win-win. I don't have the capabilities of putting all that stuff together and getting what is it? It's like carbon fiber and this and that, and and I'm not like engineer, sound and stuff like that in that many ways. So I just understand and see like, oh, it does that, and you can have one side lock off, and you can do this and Like I can understand and see how these mechanisms work in my head, but there's no way I'd be able to actually construct it and build it. That's why I was like, let's go with companies that obviously already know how all this stuff works, and have great engineers that like working on things like this and designing stuff like that. It would give them things to do, and I don't want a lot. I just want to, I of course I want to more than survive. I'd like to thrive, and I want to get this community center thing up and going and whatnot, like a homestead, helping everybody. But it's just that passive income would be awesome, and it just doesn't matter how big or small it is. Like I don't need I need a pittance to get by compared to what other people need. I mean, $3,000 a month, and I can get everything I need and take care of him and then some. And so it's like the thing was saying that I don't really want to take a buyout for $250,000 or $450,000 or anything like that. That just seems like the dumbest thing to do. I'd rather just get like 5 to 8% of the sales, you know what I'm saying, for all the general gross of it and all that, whatnot, everything, whatever. Just work something out, just where I own that patent, and anytime somebody makes one of those, I should get something for it. And it could be a generational thing. If I finally end up doing it and having kids and whatnot, it's like it's boom, it's there. I'll have that all set up. Unless end times happens, I'll be set up. And that's all I really want. And then I still want to write this book because I really want to do it, as well as I think it is something that's going to resonate with people and whatnot. And I have it in my head to really want to do it passionately and whatnot. It's just, I'm the type of person that's like I got be in that mind frame for that, and I had the way I had everything planned in my head. It was like, oh, I want to do it this way, this day today, and it's like, nope, well, you know what I mean? It's just like things didn't work out the way they were supposed to, so it's like, okay, we're just going to reconfigure things, and I'm not putting it to the side at all. It's just like, okay, well, we'll try again another day this week, or now I'm thinking maybe I'll just try to start over again on Monday. But that also depends on how this week goes. Everything changes so much. It's like the opportunities are plentiful, and who knows who's going to call me or who knows I'm going to run into and talk to. I mean, that's how I got my job at the strip club, which is wonderful, great. I love that job. And then, but just going out there to Shakespeare's and working, you never know who you're going to talk to or run into and encounter and potentially want to do something with or whatever. And that's what I got to get up with these guys. This cold weather storm messed everybody up. I think a lot of guys and everybody had intentions to had other plans for this week, but the weather just they changed everything for a lot of people. So I haven't even tried to contact anybody yet because I'm sure they're just like. So I'll just touch bases probably with them and like see if they want to set things up for next week or something sometime. Because there's a few people I've been talking to. It's just I'm so terrible at checking those messages. I think I did check them the other day, but only person who got back up with me was the one guy who sends me the crazy videos. The gentleman, Rob Jones, I can say his name because he was here on the show. I gotta get up this other guy who wants to redo an interview with me, and then it's just a lot. So it's like I want to really have that time, and obviously it's like, oh, why are you making excuses now? You obviously have time to sit down here and do it today. It's like, well, I'm gonna edit a video I made yesterday real quick. That shouldn't take too long, and then I was like, I'm just gonna check on a couple other things in here maybe, and then just play some games. Maybe check about, because there's only one more thing I need to do my taxes, and I can do my taxes, but at the same time I'm thinking about not doing my taxes. I'm seriously waiting for a response back from the White House to tell me why I should pay my taxes. But of course they're saying, oh, it's going to be the biggest refund ever, but at the same time it's like, yo. I should, so what taxes should be this year? It should be, I should just sign my name, show you what it is, and then you just say, here's all of it back. Except for Social Security or something. I don't know. There's so many scams. It's just like, it's not. You should just give it all back to us. Seriously, like it's like because even the things that are good that we're putting the money into, it's like how many con artists and scammers are in that? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So that's so I'm trying to figure out things with the book, getting things with other people. I'm gonna shoot some more shows, clip some stuff. So you see, I'm not a lazy dude. I don't just sit around and do nothing. I don't know how to do all these things very well. And it's like, if I took the time to actually just focus on one of those things and just do it, like editing. If I just did it, well, I get really good at it and I figure it out, and but I wouldn't be producing and doing other stuff as well and still doing, just creating content and whatnot. And because to me, it's a shotgun approach. I mean, I get, you want to refine it and do it well and do it right, catch people and hook them, you know what I mean, and have a system and a pattern. And I just feel like I just want to document me and my whole process of how I've like slowly been figuring out all these things little by little. And, eventually maybe my you'll start to see the transition on my page of how Bones, scrapping wood, just like nothing, like just trying to figure out, okay, oh, I can do this now, you know what I mean? Just like to nothing, to slowly, eventually, maybe I'll get like the really nice thumbnails and a good producer type, or this or that or whatever, just document the whole progression. I'd just rather just be right out in the open. This is who I am. I don't have to hide who I am. I'll defend and talk about anything that I write on the internet. I write all the time, and I read all the time, and I'm taking in information all the time, and because that's just like what I do. And I lose my train of thought and stuff there. But yeah, I'll defend anything that I say that I write because I know I'm above reproach. I know what I think and believe, and I don't have any guilt in anything I do or say because I know and understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And if you don't, that's your problem. I make it very clear. It is never my intentions to directly offend anybody. I'm not to be offended by anything, and I don't go out of my way to offend other people. But if the truth bothers you or me and how I am bothers you, then that's not my problem. That's your problem. And it's like that whole my truth stuff is ridiculous. If that makes you understand it better, I'll say it that way. But nobody has possession of their own version of the truth. You have your perspective. You have your perception. I would even go as far as saying the lived experience things as merit, because that's all you have is what you've experienced and understand. But at the end of the day, there's an objective reality to what actually occurred. Mysticism, sorcery, and just manipulating physics, to a lot of degree, is a lot of what it is, and people don't really know and understand that. I mean, they show you all those things in all these videos and stuff. Like, look, you can make this levitate, you can do this, and it's like, don't you think they know how to multiply all these things by now and just keep it hidden? Like I said, also, we would be light years ahead of where we are, I think, society-wise, too. If we weren't held back for so long, we would be light years ahead where we are right now. But, I don't know. It's all happening the way it's supposed to happen. Like I said, I say all the time that we have potential to get to that Class 1 civilization. I believe there's a hope and a path to get there, flux-wise. At the same time, I believe in my Lord Jesus Christ. And I know for a fact that he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He can give us tomorrow, or he can give us 2,000 more years. That is up to him. Somebody's breaking ice out there or something. I'm upset. I'm waiting. Hopefully somebody drops off a toilet seat. That's all I need. Somebody needs to drop off the right size toilet seat. And then, I don't know if somebody's going to come in and try to fix my heat today or not either. It's like I do get upset with some of these people and I get angry and whatnot, and it's like I don't mean to, but at the same time it's just like, I hope you understand that it's coming from a place of like, look, dude, you can't you can't do this to me. I'm paying for this, and it's like, dude, you can't just keep creating these issues. You know what I mean? Like I said, I lived from 2016 until I moved out here in July. I was in that apartment with my mom. I mean, we can count on our hand, between me and my mother, how many times we actually had to put in a thing for maintenance to come do something and fix something. It was so rare. I mean, they did their routine things, if they had to change a filter or this or that or whatever, and da-da-da, and then it's like, all right, take care, bye. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's like there's one issue or something they installed something like wrong or something, I guess, in the tub above us, and it was leaking down in our place, and that got resolved, and it took like a couple weeks because they had to trace exactly what it was. And then something got stuck in the dryer once. I mean, maybe like a light or something went out. It was something that had to I remember they couldn't get in one time because it's like I wasn't there, and I had to make sure that they could get access to something. It was very rare. I wasn't like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Why doesn't this work? Hey, this is not right. This is this. What is going on here? It's just like, it's not conducive. And it's like, oh, why did that guy tell me this was going to be at this time? Why does this person tell me this and that person tell me that? And there's no, since the beginning, I just need consistency. So, all right, I'm going to end this short because I didn't think I was going to go on a tangent like this, and I don't want to make too long of things to edit anymore, especially when I got things that I really just want to just like. I hope I can get these thoughts and ideas out here and get this to as many people as possible. Um, you know, I don't like. I'm not. I don't make excuses. I know I'm weak. I know I'm flawed. I know I fuck up. I try to aim in the right direction as best I can because that's what sinning is. You know, it's like you're just missing the mark. You're just not quite hitting the bullseye. But at least I'm trying to aim in the right direction. I have his intentions. You know what I mean? I just want to serve and I want to help as best I can. But I know it starts at the home and you have to take care of yourself first and the ones around. Because it's just that whole enrichment thing. It's like, it's not selfish to take care of yourself. You know, you have to, you know, you take care of yourself, you enrich the other people's lives around you. And that's all I'm really trying to do. I take all these supplements. I just smoke weed. I don't think that's doing drugs. I think that's just like smoking cigarettes, which is a drug. You know, they say it's I get drug is such a. There's got to be a different. You know, I know we have classes too and stuff like that, but you know, there's got to be like a different term for certain things because it's just I don't know. I had my one bowl hit today, you know, and I didn't smoke anything yesterday, and it's just like I'm fine. You know, I make an ounce last like 2 months or so. You know what I mean? It's nice to have one of those little vapes, you know, in between when you're out and about. You know, but that's it really. You know what I mean? I don't. That's my cigarette. I don't get messed up. I don't get high. You know what I mean? I don't think that's that just. I think you just have like a major head rush, and it's kind of a hallucinogen to some degrees, but not really. Unless you're just overdoing it all the time. I don't know. But to me, it's just taking the edge off. But it's just like cigarettes. Like I say, like if you go like a month or so without smoking a cigarette, and you smoke a cigarette, you get that little head rush. Like, oh yeah, all right, this does feel good. I do like smoking cigarettes. And then it's just like you're smoking cigarettes, and you don't get that same head rush, but you get that release. But and it's the same thing with weed. Like if you go like a month or two without smoking weed, and then you hit it, yeah, it's gonna hit you a lot harder. You know what I mean? It's like, and you can't fucking smoke like you've never quit. I've done that twice where I didn't smoke for like a year or like 2 years, and then somebody gave me a blunt, and I smoked it like I never quit smoking, or I fucking hit like a bowl and like hit it a couple times like I never quit smoking, and all of a sudden I'm just like locked up, stupid. And that's why it's like use responsibly. I mean, that's the best way to say it. Tell everybody, if you're a first time user, just take one little hit, just a little hit. Don't take a big old hit, just take one little hit, hold it in, blow it out, wait a little while, see what happens, see how you feel. 'Cause that's how it's supposed to be done, really. I don't think it's supposed to be smoking back to back, back, back. You know, it's just like, that's overindulgence to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, and there's times where it's like I might have a couple back to back. But I've smoked cigarettes back to back. You know what I mean? And I just take a hit. I don't know. And I do kind of smoke like a Native American, or you know, or a crackhead. But not to put those two in the same category, but it's like I smoked crack before, and it's like once you smoke crack, kind of smoke everything a little different. It seems like, but I just remember people would talk about like how like the Native Americans. I don't know which tribe or whatever, but maybe multiple tribes did it. But they would sit in the teepee and they'd just smoke tobacco. They said it was tobacco, and they would just take big hits of it and hold it in real deep and blow it out, and you know their steam things and stuff and hallucinate whatever they do. But that's pretty much how I do. I just take one good hit. And hold it in and exhale. And it's just you know, I don't. But anyway, besides that, it's nitric boost. It's the sea moss. It's the joint relief. It's the turmeric. It's the better mood. It's the probiotics. It's the. I tried the libido thing. I tried the shilajit. I tried the atomic defense. I got the night sleep aid. They weren't supposed to send it to me. I was like pissed because they were supposed to send me better mood. That's like I'm like I need the better mood. Bottom line, period. And you send me this good night stuff. This is not what I need. I know it's the same sort of color bottle, but I mean you can read, right? Um, so I've actually gone through two bottles of that. I was like, I'll give them a shot. I might as well use them. But my mom finally did send me some Benadryl too, so I've been taking one of those every once in a while, help me go to sleep too. But I want to have this L-lysine because, and I've explained that before, and I've talked to my cousin about it. I didn't finish telling him that's what I started taking too. I just told him about how like it's just been so frustrating since I've had this my whole life since I was a little kid, and it's like it's either one of those two things, and I don't know. I guess I'd have to get tested. It's either I lack that specific, or it's a specific genetic marker or a thing in your DNA or something like that. It's just like you have them naturally, like you have them. But there's also Lucius. I know somebody's beating on stuff out there. Um, there's also the possibility or perchance that someone my mom knew or somebody close, just had to be around me to kiss me or something, and they had it or something, and I didn't know. Because like I said, it's like before I even kissed a girl, you know what I mean? I remember before I was even in Little League and stuff like that, getting them. And I had this one really weird outbreak one time. I have no idea what it is. It was a fungal infection. I had two fungal infections. I have no idea where they came from. I think one was from getting my head shaved from somebody one time, but I have a spot right here. I take special medicine and stuff and everything, but I mean, it's scar here. I had a precancer mole here, but this was a spot that was, it was like a fungal infection. It looked like a ringworm or something, like right in the top center of my head. It was like, it sucked. But that, took care of that. But there's another time I had this like fungal infection on the either side of my lips. And I don't know what else, if it was the same thing that was involved, but it was like my whole face, like this whole, like my cheeks all around. It's like, I almost looked like Darkman, like, because it was so red and splotchy and like, but the skin was always like flaky and stuff like that. And it's like, you could touch my cheek and almost like see my teeth indentation through my skin. Like, it's like, oh. But they, that's why, like, if you ever see my lips, I have, like, it's a lot of my lips is scar tissue. A lot of around my lips is scar tissue. And nothing like they had a graft or nothing. It's just like, I split my lip open and there's infection and like getting those sores and stuff and getting cut, just having chapped lips and then breaking and stuff, and being busted in the mouth here and there and this and that or whatever. Falling down, getting hit. But hey, buddy. But I don't know. Just going off on tangents now, I guess. But like I said, it's like to hell with good intentions. And it's like I really try to strive and make my intentions his intentions, because that's the whole thing. He gives you your heart's desires when your desires line up with his desires, and that's really what I strive to do every day. I just try to be a servant and a master of myself so I can be a better servant to others. Right? I very much have that mindset. Like I got that counter over there that is for my supplements and my like to do get ready, kind of like area, and then I have my kitchen area where it's like all the food prep and stuff. It's like everything is organized very specifically. Everything's clean, very thoroughly. Like there's some other things I feel like I should be. Well, I'm pretty good right now. There's some spots I might want to check to dust and whatnot, but that's it. I'm not Martha. You know what I mean? It's like because I care about the outside of the cup and the inside of the cup, and I obviously care about the inside of the cup more. It's like I'm very almost germophobic to a degree. Like I'm always conscientious of like dirt and this and that and things, and it's like, oh, I know that's too much and it's gotta go, da da da. And like I feel bad because like back home with my mom, like I really wanted to do more, but it's just like it always felt like it was already like too far gone. I didn't get to get. I don't know. It's just so different when you're living with somebody else, and it's just like, and you also don't feel like it's all yours, but you also want to. I don't know. You want to do right, but at the same time, this has been such a saving grace for me. Finally being out and completely on my own. Like it's the first time I've ever been by myself on my own in my life. I got Lucius with me, and that is it. Every other time has been like with a roommate or something to that effect. Or I lived with my aunt and my uncle for a while with my cousin. And then I lived with my mom and my stepdad a couple times. You know what I mean? It's like I moved in with my mom that last time after 2016 because that's when my stepdad died, right before Trump got in the first time. And we were so worried that Hillary was going to get in. I was like, well, I hate to say it, you know what I mean, but you know, if that's a blessing in itself, you won't have to live to see all this fucking nonsense that we're going to have to start going through. And he was like, yeah, you know what I mean, like, yeah, it's gonna get crazy. Like he just knew, like, yeah, it's gonna get crazy. He knew. He's like, he was such a smart guy. He knew so many things about so many things. But he was gullible and didn't know stuff about other things like athletics and stuff like that. Like I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I remember I telling him I could do 74 push-ups in a minute. At the time, I think it was like 74, 76 push-ups in a minute. And he was like, you can't do that. It takes a full second to do a push-up. I was like, time me. And every one of them will be correct. You know what I mean? It was like, that's what, cause like it was like a school thing. Like when I was in school, I was like, when they used to do this, because they did those testings when I was really young, where you did have to do so many push-ups and do so many things. Like when I was really young, chin-ups were always the hardest. I did eventually start to do that. I could do like 10. I got to the point where I could do 10 chin-ups, like military style, boom, boom, chin-ups. Now I'm like, oh, I struggle to do one. I really gotta start pulling out that Total Gym more. At least do that. But I will do Hindu squats and push-ups every once in a while at least, because I gotta still just sometimes really work and stretch everything. Cause it's like I'm always in pain. It's like it's weird. I just live with it. I think that might be another thing that it's my lot to bear though. I can't complain too much about it, but it's like it does add that extra level of irritant when it's just like you're always just like, oh, it's a neck day, you know what I mean? Or it's, oh, it's a shoulder day, or oh, it's a hip day, or oh, it's a knee day, or oh, it's a, whatever day, and you're just, or it's always a hands day. But thank God I still have, every day I'm still, thank God I still have all these fingers. They suck, but they work, but they hurt. Yeah, so I think that's an extra irritant, like, so, like, when I'm seeing and dealing with things on top of being in pain, I think it's just something like, I don't know, it's an extra, I don't know, it's like, it's for me to learn how to chill and gain more wisdom from and relax and just be like, yo, no one else can understand and feel this, there are other people who hurt, you know what I mean, in their own ways and stuff like that too, and can do a lot less and just this and that. So it's like I do try to put things in perspective to that effect too, and it's like that's why I keep pushing and I am such a servant. It's like I am still capable. It hurts. I hate getting on my knees and I hate doing this, but I will clean a toilet still, and I would still do that. I would do whatever I had to do. Whew. But yeah, I guess I thought about that too. I should probably. If all else fails, that's something else I got to do too. Is probably just apply to the mothership. Somebody said I could apply and just put they said you don't really apply. You just email your resume and they might look at it, kind of thing or whatever. But it's It's quite an extensive resume. Tell you that. Alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna stop this and click this up. And I'll talk and do some stuff later when I live stream.